I didn't plan on getting on camera right now, but I've got to talk to you guys real quick, all right? It's going to be a quick message because I think that a lot of you can use this. So when I was younger, my first extreme sport was skateboarding. And I remember that I had no clue. I wasn't a skater. I wasn't even cultured into skateboarding. I didn't have proper shoes. I used to wear Skechers, and they had these little like uh, like things that would stick out of them. They were not skate shoes. I remember going into the skate park, and all the guys were looking at me and were like, "Look at his shoes." And but anyways, I was so intrigued by watching these guys skateboard. And so what I would do is start learning how to drop in on these very tiny ramps. So I'd put my board up to the lip of the ramp, and then I'll push down and go. And even on like a 2 foot drop, I remember my heart just racing. The fear, I had never felt fear like this before. And that was the first time that I had really conquered a fear. And after that, I was like, okay, well, I can drop in on a 2 foot ramp. How about I go to something bigger? So there was this bowl. It was called the bowl. It was like a 10 foot drop. And I remember stepping up to it as like a 12-year-old boy, putting the skateboard over and looking over the edge. And immediately, like, I backed off. Like, I was like, nope, no way. I'll stick to the smaller one. But it kept, like, I would dream about this bowl, man. There was something about this thing. Like, I knew that at this point in time in my life, I had to conquer it. I'm not joking with you guys either. Like, I thought about this every day. And I would just beg my mom, please, mom, take me to the skate park. And so another week goes by, I get to go. Put my foot back up, and I just stand there. I would just tease. I would play with the fear a little bit. I would really try to sit in there and feel it. I remember stepping on the board, my other foot's on there, and I would just like try to shift my weight. But I knew that if I didn't commit, I was going to fall and hurt myself. When you drop in, if you never have with a skateboard, you got to fully commit. You got to you can't put any weight on the back foot and leave it there. It's all got to come forward like this, or else the skateboard's going to shoot out from under you and you're going to fall back. So I didn't do it that time, and another week goes by, and I had pep talked myself up so much. I remember going into the skate park. I put my board down, and I instead of walking away like after the first time failing, I just sat there and I kept looking at the bowl. And no one's in this thing, right? Like it's pretty scary for even the grown-ups. And I'm just like, I'm doing this. I have to do this. I have to conquer the fear. I have to smash it and move on. So I put it up, and I just fully commit. I just put all my weight forward. I dropped in. It was a little wobbly, but I stayed on the board. And I remember the biggest sense of fulfillment and like relief and joy that I had just committed to doing this. And skateboarding was really, like I said, my first extreme sport. And after that, I went on to do so many different sports. When I was growing up, I played basketball. I was on a team for 1 year. I totally sucked. I played baseball a lot in my life. Was okay, kind of average. I did football 1 year on a team. I thought I was so good playing quarterback in the field with my family and my friends. But then when it came time to be in a league, I just got destroyed. I moved on. I started playing paintball. Made a paintball team. Got the guys together. I tried so much stuff, man. Like as I look back, I realized like I was always willing to try new stuff. I was just constantly curious. And I want you guys to pay attention here is what I realize is, man, sometimes you just gotta drop in, dude. Like you gotta go for something. And I know what happens with a lot of us is like we try to build habits. And we'll talk about habits in another video. We've talked about it in the past, but I don't know if what we need in this generation of men is more habits. I think what we need to start and to really wake our lives up is to get excited about life and to take on more responsibility and to have more stress. Because what I'm seeing a lot now is we're getting bored and we're getting nihilistic because we don't see meaning. A big shift in my mindset was, well, if there is no grand purpose to life, then I have to create purpose. I have to create meaning. And that's when, I realized, well, I can't just sit and do anything. I can't just sit around and judge and be angry and just wish for things to happen. I have to actually make things happen. And I think the cure is for us to take on this spirit of achievement, this spirit, like this rock and roll, go get it spirit. Let's do it, man. Let's try something new. I'm not trying to pump you guys up right now. I more want to get the cogs turning in your head so you can start thinking. We got to get in the mix. We got to jump in, man. I know there's some stuff that you're intrigued by. And maybe you really, really, really want to do it. But now it comes to really just doing it. I know we're going to see some comments down below. Just do it. Just do it. Take action. But I'm telling you, it's got to be something where you give yourself permission to try something new. Okay? And there's so many opportunities these days. I want to tell you a quick story that will help you overcome your fears. Okay? There was this millionaire guy, and he was giving a talk about investing. And he's on stage, he's got about 1,000 people watching him. And he's going over all these spreadsheets and analytics. At the end of the talk, one guy stands up and he says, hey, whoa. Listen, all this investing and stuff sounds great and all, but it sounds like a lot of risk. You could lose everything. And I don't know, why do you keep doing this? And the millionaire says, well, yeah, it is a lot of risk, but I'm going to keep doing it. And the spectator, he's like, well, I'm not. I don't want to take that risk. I'm not willing to take that risk. And the spectator says, well, maybe that's why I'm standing on the stage giving this speech, and you're not. And the whole crowd erupts, kind of laughing. Sits back down, and it was just that understanding is there's a lot of people that are considering the risk of, say, going to school, learning a new trade, trying an idea with a business, trying to start a YouTube channel, to put their face on camera for the first time. To talk on camera for the first time. They've got all these ideas and they really, really want to do it. Maybe they want to couch surf around the US or around the world. They want to travel. They really want to do it, but they're held back. Maybe they got family here or a job or, a loved one. And the difference is that there's going to be people that are willing to do it, willing to leave everything behind. They're willing to fail. I tell you what, man, a lot of the stuff I did I wasn't good at. When I dropped in a couple times, I got hurt. So I stopped doing it. Like, I stopped skating. Even now I try to skate. I'm not that great. I stay away from it. I know the risk is not worth it. And you're going to get hurt. You're going to fail. Maybe people will make fun of you. But there comes a time where, are you going to stick to the status quo? Or are you going to be someone that just follows everything that you're told? Or are you going to look out into this world and grab it and shake it up and see what happens? When I first started YouTube, I had no idea at all what I was going to do, what I was going to talk about, where it was going to lead me. And thank God I did, man. Thank God I just had the balls to kind of go in and turn the camera on. And I know that so many of you guys have all of this energy and potential, and you're men. We're sitting here as men talking to each other. And I don't want you to waste it. I don't want it to be stomped out by nihilism. I don't want you to get afraid and think that you have all of these fears that can't be conquered. And that you can't actually make your life better. I'm telling you, I know that we all have a different hand of cards that we're dealt in life. But what can you start doing? What can you experiment with? You've got to be willing to test and try new things. You gotta. I would say also that the times that we live in, we are like looking for something to really give us fulfillment very quick. And I don't even think we notice it. It's just sort of a progression of technology and advancement where we do get things very quick. Things come fast. So we've been sort of coddled into thinking that things got to be fast and they got to be quick. So whenever you start something new, if you don't see results in the very beginning, that's like really given to you, you don't even do it and you back out. But the real life thing is like you've got to drop in, man, and you got to go for it and you got to like ride it out because stuff takes a lot of time. A tree takes a long time to grow. A house used to take a long time to build, right? Things take time to fix up. Empires take time. Rome isn't built in a day. And so this idea of getting things fast is not going to work. And you have to train your brain to be patient, and you have to be patient on a daily basis. And I know that a lot of people try to pump you up, and you got to be pumped. You got to go to work. You got to be pumped. You got to, go to school and be passionate. Whenever you do, stick to your passion. Just be passionate. Dude, there's no way. That's not the real life thing. You're not going to be passionate every single day. But if you decide to jump in the mix and see what you kind of like, if it piques your interest, well then good. Just keep showing up. And if you don't like it, well then get out of there and do something new. All of these different sports that I tried, I realized not for me. Like they were fun at the time, not for me. I tried swimming. Used to race against a lifeguard. I like swimming, wasn't that great. I was like, man, like what is it? What do I need to do? I tried everything. Just keep trying, bro. Keep trying. You go to school, I think a master's degree is like 8 years. To become a doctor, probably more. I mean, look at the time span. You start when you're 18, you get done at 28, and then you had death. But that's okay. You learn how to be a doctor and how to fix people up. Right? Things take time to build, and that has to be understood. You have to ingrain that in your head and show up every day. But I want to give you guys permission. I don't know if you got anyone else in your life. Think about how you can help people. All right? Even if it's just jumping on camera and teaching someone how to dance. Teaching out somebody how to grow like some plants or something, or how they can make their life better. Do that thing. Okay? It can bring you a lot of fulfillment. It can bring people closer to you. You can get a community around you. Okay? You just got to be willing to do it. A lot of people, they really, really, really want to do stuff. But that little bit that holds them at the edge from really just putting all the weight in and seeing where it is, man. They don't get to experience the magic that happens of being in the mix, going ready to rock and roll, jumping in. They don't ever get that because it's like life. They want to be safe. We all want to be safe. We don't want to hurt ourselves. We don't want to fall. We don't want to be poor. Okay, but to really